Powerful winds and surging sea levels in a hurricane are sometimes more destructive than we could ever imagine. But even more devastating for many is the difficult and time-consuming task of recovering. News Channel 12 investigative reporter Frank Fraboni shows us why rebuilding can often take years.
That's right, Val. Even with state and federal assistance, rebuilding from these disasters is a challenge and one that's very costly for some.
In October 2016, Hurricane Matthew left damage in more than half of North Carolina's 100 counties, totaling $4.8 billion. 2 years later, in September 2018, Hurricane Florence unleashed historic destruction compared to past storms, totaling $17 billion. A year later, Governor Roy Cooper established a program funded by federal grants from HUD to help those hurricane victims recover. Many of those victims have struggled ever since to rebuild.
This was when? What year?
This was right after the storm, 2018.
Eva Lawrence of Havelock lost her home in Hurricane Florence. She was one of the hurricane victims we profiled in our investigation who complained of delays and frustration with RebuildNC.
How exciting is this?
It's beyond words.
Today, Eva and her family finally have their home, completed almost 5 years after the storm.
I'm beyond blessed. I don't know, Frank. I never thought I'd ever see it.
State lawmakers who held hearings looking into rebuild quickly realized the program had significant problems.
The information we received was troubling. We've heard a lot of promises over time.
Senator Jim Perry was one of several on the panel back in December who felt they needed a deeper investigation after learning RebuildNC was doling out most of the work to one contractor despite repeated delays and complaints.
But something is unholy about the relationship with that contractor. Why do you keep someone as a contractor who fails to perform? So many people are unhappy with their results that they've not gotten from this contractor. Something's not right about that.
The lawmakers' investigation resulted in a shakeup in rebuild leadership, with Richard Trumper, the former director of disaster recovery at the Office of State Budget Management, now serving as a top advisor at RebuildNC. Trumper added more contractors, increased on-site inspections, and hired in-house case managers to speed up the process. Changes Eva Lawrence believes helped her finally get back home.
When you were in your home and looking at the damage that was there, could you have ever thought that you'd ever recover from that?
No, sir.
No.
I didn't. I thought there was hope. There was many times I wanted to give up, but my family kept pushing me forward and telling me not to give up, and I just kept trudging on and fighting the fight. And that's what I want to tell the people out there that's still fighting. Don't give up. There is hope.
And Eva's proof of that. Right now, there are hundreds more still holding out hope. To date, RebuildNC still has more than 3,500 applicants that are still waiting for repairs or reconstruction. Eva is one of just over 1,000 homeowners who have finally gone back home. If you have a story you'd like us to investigate, you can contact the I-Team by phone, text, or email, and all that information is available at WCTI12.com.